Thanks for waking me up, Inigo. Ugh. First time in a while that I've slept here and I didn't have any... nightmares. And I'll get why I like Myrewatch better than I do this place. As many fond memories as I have here. As much pain as I have just by being here. It's also a bit early. Well... time for some... breakfast, I guess. But also time to get dressed. Took off my backpack, cloak, as well as the loot. So that way I didn't sleep with too much of a bad back. Excuse me, Hilda. Need through, girl. Oh, come on. Come on. Seriously, do I have to somehow sprint past you? Thank you. Seems like somebody has been in the house baking. Take those sweet rolls. The food that is here. Oh, right, Inigo. Speaking of sweet rolls.
Yes, my friend.
I need to trade some things with you, if you don't mind.
Pooling our resources.
For once, Inigo. Here, have some sweet rolls. And as to make sure that I don't need to do any sort of sweet roll baking, would you like some gold? I'd like to give you something.
You are generous, but I have a little of my own tucked away. I do not need yours.
Tucked away? Where do you keep it?
The same place I keep my bread and writing materials. I will look after any money you want me to carry, but I will not spend it. I would rather pay my own way.
I see that as reasonable. How much gold do you have?
A little. I do not need much. I was wondering though, while we are adventuring together, would you mind if I did some looting of my own? Nothing big, but perhaps if I see a gem stuck in a crack in the ground or a few gold pieces you have missed, I could keep what I find. What do you say?
Sure, Inigo. Whatever you find is yours. Though I admit I am pretty thorough when it comes to my feline-like instincts. All the shinies and whatnot.
Thank you. Now the possibility of a future exists. Maybe I should start planning for it. Anyway, did you want to talk about something else?
Actually, not really, Inigo.
Okay, talk to you later.
See you in a little bit. I'm gonna get around the pets here and... well, go talk to Mom. Should have done that on the last time that I was here, but didn't exactly get the chance. Hi, Mom. Sorry that I didn't get the chance to visit you sooner. I've been busy lately. Turns out, well, what you kept telling me about me being very special, well, turns out that is Sorry. The tears, you know. I miss you. Turns out that I am Dragonborn. I have the blessings of not just Mara, but also of Akatosh. Though Akatosh's blessing is a bit, I don't know, dark, hungering. And it is apparent whenever I and my friends slay a dragon. That started with Mjolnir. Though the voice,
It's your time to do with as you please. But
well,
what about
the
those
voice
who depend
says,
on you so
the
much?
hateful and the loving didn't appear until I was imprisoned in Sidna Mine.
Tendrils of thought may
Even
wind
then,
their way through this realm, but those tendrils bind our
It
reality
was
together.
after they became more refined. I wish you could be here. I wish you could see your daughter grow. And I wish I knew where Dad was, but I got the feeling that he had a very good reason for not returning. I had a vision of him, trapped in prison created by the Thalmor. However, I will keep my search up for him as I go around Skyrim with my friends by my side and with you on my thoughts. And with Mara's ever-growing supportive blessing. I miss you. And
It's your time to do with
I'll talk to you
But what about those who
soonish.
so much?
Farewell.
Oh, Master.
Apparently I
it's your
had an
time to do with
audience.
as you please. But what about those who depend on you so much?
And that madman is still around. I don't know how you guys put up with him. But well,
I found the bone. I brought it to you, but still I am refused.
hold up. What bone?
You help me. You help people, right? That's what you do.
That's... Well, yeah. I mean, I help wherever I can. What exactly is it that you need, sir? I heard something about a bone. Where did you dig it up? And where do I have to go to replace it?
My master has abandoned me. Abandoned his people. And nothing I say can change his mind.
What?
Now he refuses to even see me. He says I interrupt his vacation. It's been so many years. Won't you please help?
Well, how do I find your master? I got a bad feeling about where this is going.
Last I saw him, he was visiting a friend in the Blue Palace. But no one as mundane as the Jarl. No, no. Such people are below him.
What?
No, He went into the forbidden wing of the palace to speak with an old friend. Said it had been ages since they had last had tea. Oh, and you need the hip bone. It's very important. No entering Pelagius's wing without that.
I could listen to him play.
Uh,
A little breathy and a little harsh on the notes.
whoever your master is, why do you need him back?
Don't cut each other any slack, do you?
Without his guidance, our homeland is falling apart. North wages war against South. The holy flame flickers and dies. We need his return. Oh, but I'm sure he'll repay you when he comes to his senses. His favor is a powerful, powerful thing, and so very worth any inconveniences.
Who is your master, if I may be so foolish to ask?
He is a great man, but one rarely praised. He rules twin empires that span the length and breadth of our minds. All know him, but few can name him. But he has forbidden me from saying his name. He says it distracts him, and woe to those who draw his ire. But you will know him when you see him. He's the one who made me like this.
And how do I get to your master?
He stays in the Pelagius wing of the Blue Palace. The doors are locked, and only Falk Firebeard can grant entry. But I hear the maids, Una and Erdi, know how to enter it for cleaning. Surely they can help for such an important matter.
I think I get who this guy's master is. Because for that guy, every day is Jester's Day. Nora, protect me. I'm about to go help Sheogorath, and aren't I? Very well. If only to get this bloody hip bone out of my pockets. Where is it? Yep, there it is. Yep. I'm literally holding on to the bony bollocks of a dead man. Let's just go. Let's talk to Falk Firebeard. Who knows, he might be able to.
A wise course of action, my Jarl. However, we have little food or water to spare.
General Tullius will never allow that. He's ordered all surplus food to be given over for the war effort.
General Tullius does not run this city, Thane Eriker. Or have you forgotten your oaths of fealty?
My apologies, Jarl Elisif. I was thinking only of the importance of the war effort.
I seem to...
There's no need for an apology, and you're right about the war. Perhaps this is a matter best discussed with the General in person.
I will make the arrangements, my Jarl.
Is this bad
It's nearly
time?
time to collect taxes on your
Falk.
properties here in the city, Briley. We'll need to visit each home for an assessment.
Is it that time again already? Very well. Let's meet this evening and make the arrangements.
Then Briley,
Hey,
what
Falk,
do you have to report about the
sir.
state of Hafingar's defenses?
Fancy robes.
The news is
You
the
a
same
wizard
as
or something?
the rest of the world is. Our borders are but
First...
the guards of our towns and
Not exactly sure if I... Oh, right. Rumors that had been going around.
Stay outside of our borders.
I hear you're looking for someone to help with Wolf Skull Cave?
You mean the Dragon Bridge issue? I'll be honest with you. I was planning to let that go. Varnius is a bit jumpy at the best of times.
Fancy and folly.
There have been reports of weird happenings near Wolf Skull Cave. Travelers disappearing, odd lights. I suspect wild animals, or perhaps bandits.
means less money and
Odd
more
lights.
I don't think it's worth our time with the war going on. But if you want to clear out the cave, I'll make sure you're repaid for your work.
Well, to the part about odd lights, sir, it sounds to me like there's definitely some magic going on there. Before I go, though, I really desperately need to get into the Pelagius wing.
Absolutely not. That wing has been sealed for hundreds of years, and for good reason. They say the ghost of Pelagius the Mad still haunts it. Ghost or not, there are reminders of his dark rule that are best left buried away. Feel free to return to me with questions. The Blue Palace is an open forum.
Well, if he's not gonna let me in, I may as well
Steward,
just...
I have an idea that might help to bolster the morale of our people in this difficult time.
I'm torn between asking around
And let General Tully
and seeing if someone here has a key,
in all their
and waiting until he'll actually let me in.
I would suggest you wait until war is ended.
Having that...
General needs his soldiers.
No, having this bone in my pocket is just... No. I need to get this out as soon as possible. Excuse me, Oldar?
Jarls come and Jarls go, but a good cook stays for a lifetime, and I'm a very, very good cook.
You're not helpful.
Watch your feet. We just clean there.
What about you?
Huh?
I need to get into the Pelagius wing, please.
Not in your life. It's dangerous in there. And Falk doesn't even like me and Ertie going in every year to clean out the spiders.
Falk asked me to check it out.
If you really want to, just be careful of the ghost. He snuck up on me once and scared me sick. It took a week for me to feel better. If Ertie caught me chatting, I'd never hear the end of it.
A ghost. Oh. I think I'd rather go in there on an empty stomach in the case that I get sick. Eins, zwei, drei. Ugh. Yeah. This place looks very decrepit. Full of silver. I guess I need to find this ghost. Mara, help me. This is... I hate spiders. There's a way around this, fortunately. But through that, no. Ugh.
Marty! Kelly, my dear.
Huh?
Oh, I couldn't. Goes right through me. Besides, I have so many things to do. So many undesirables to contend with. Naysayers, buffoons, detractors. Why, my headsman hasn't slept in 3 days.
You are far too hard on yourself. My dear, sweet, homicidally insane Pelagius. What would the people do without you? Dance, sing, smile, grow old. You are the best septum that's ever ruled. Well, except for that Martin fella. But he turned into a dragon god, and that's hardly
This
sport.
is almost as bad as
I was there for that whole
being
sort of
tempted by
marvelous
Vermina
stuff.
to take the skull of
Butterflies,
corruption.
blood, a fox, a severed head, and the cheese to die
Yes, yes, as you've said countless times before.
Harumph! Well then, if you're going to be like that, perhaps it's best I take my leave. A good day to you, sir. I said good day!
Oh, take your leave. Oh, please.
Yes, go. Leave me to my ceaseless responsibilities and burdens.
Even though, no, wait. If he leaves, I'm trapped here. Sir? I need to have a little chat with you.
How rude! Can't be bothered to host an old friend for a decade or two.
I'm here to deliver a message from someone whom you have shunned and from someone whom I received a hip bone, which I need out of my pockets soon as possible.
Really? Oh, what kind of message? A song? A summons? Wait, I know! A death threat written on the back of an Argonian concubine. Those are my favorites. Well, spit it out, mortal. I haven't got an eternity. Actually, I do. Little joke. But seriously, what's the message?
I was asked to retrieve you from your vacation.
Were you now? By whom? Wait! Don't tell me. I want to guess. Was it Molag? No. Little Tim. The Toymaker's son, huh? What? The ghost of King Lysandes? Or was it one? Yes! Stanley! The talking grapefruit from Passwall! Ha ha! I'm wrong on all accounts, aren't I?
Yep.
Ha! No matter. Honestly, I don't want to know. Why ruin the surprise? But more to the point, do you, tiny, puny, expendable little mortal, actually think you can convince me to leave?
Yes.
Because that's crazy! You do realize who you're dealing with here.
Yes. The madman.
Jolly good guess. But only half right. I'm a mad god. The mad god, actually. It's a family title. Gets passed down from me to myself every few thousand years. Now you can call me Anne-Marie. But only if you're partial to being flayed alive and having an angry immortal skip rope with your entrails. If not, then call me Sheogorath.
Yep,
Daedric
I know
Prince
it.
of Madness. Charmed.
So does this mean that you'll leave? Or not? I would prefer the first part, please, and getting me out of here before you do so.
Now that's the real question, isn't it? Because honestly, how much time off could a demented Daedra really need? So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave. That's right, I'm done. Holiday complete. Time to return to the humdrum day-to-day. On one condition. You have to find the way out first. Well, good luck with that.
On one condition. Okay. What's the catch?
Ha! I do love it when the mortals know they're being manipulated. Makes things infinitely more interesting. Care to take a look around? This is not, I dare say, the Solitude Botanical Gardens. Have any idea
Obviously
where you
not.
are? Where you truly are. Welcome to the deceptively verdant mind of the Emperor Pelagius III. That's right! You're in the head of a dead, homicidally insane monarch! Now, I know what you're thinking. can I still rely on my swords and spells and sneaking and all that nonsense?
I'm
Sure.
hardly thinking at the moment.
Or you could use the Wabbatak! Huh? Huh? Didn't see that coming, did you?
After this, I might have to down a month's worth of pain tonic. I've got a splitting headache. So, trials and tribulations, you say? Does that have anything to do with these archways? Fine.
Ah! Now this is a sad path. Pelagius hated and feared many things. Assassins, wild dogs, the undead, pumpernickel. But the deepest, keenest hatred was for himself. The attacks he makes on himself can be seen here fully. They're always carried out on the weakest part of his fragile self. The self-loathing enhances Pelagius's anger. But his confidence will shrink with every hit. You must bring the two into balance.
Bring the two into balance. Very well. Come on.
Here we go! You seem to be having a small problem, or perhaps it's a big problem. Shut the whole thing down a little bit. Wonderfully done. Pelagius is finally ready to love himself and continue hating everyone else. Do your worst.
I can't believe this. I'm helping a long since dead insane monarch out of a bout of depression. Just... why me? I keep asking that question. Why me? It's because I'm dragon-blooded, isn't it? It has to be.
You've headed down the path of dreams. Unfortunately for you, Pelagius suffered night terrors from a young age.
Okay, so...
all you need to do is find something to wake our poor Pelagius up. You'll find his terrors easy to repel, but persistent.
And with a reddened sky, I've got a very bad feeling about this. Headache just keeps getting worse. What the heck? What kind of undead is that? Very dangerous undead, that's what? Ay 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 ah! Very bad premonition. A very explosive, fiery premonition. Let's hope that that is just that.
Bad time to get lost.
Oh, come on. Okay. this is where the really bad part of the premonition occurred. So... oh god, yep, that's it, that's it, that's it, that's it. No, 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 no!
Well, now that's something to crow about. With Pelagius up and about, you're moving right along. We'll both be home in no time.
Soon as I'm out of here, I will find a way to gain knowledge of how to kill Daedra.
Oh, good choice! Well, good for me. I find everyone being out to get you so terribly entertaining. You might find it less so. You see, Pelagius's mother was, well, let us say, unique. Although I suppose, in the grand scheme of things, she was fairly average for a septim. That woman wielded fear like a cleaver. Or did she wield a cleaver and make people afraid? I never get that part right. Oh, but she taught her son well. Pelagius learned at a very early age that danger could come from anything, at any time, delivered by anyone. The objective here is simple, you simpleton. Use your Wabbaja to defeat the enemy, while they do the same.
Alright, let's analyze here. He was a paranoid sucker. That meant that he feared even his closest guards. So, bam.
Oh, I thought you'd never figure it out. With the threat gone, Pelagius is under the delusion that he's safe, which means you've helped him out, sort of. And we're that much closer to home.
That much closer to home? And for me, that much closer to rage.
I have a saying. I'm not going to feel what you have to like. Or something like that.
I've done it. I've fixed, air quotes, Pelagius's mind.
Fixed is such a subjective term. I think treated is far more appropriate, don't you? Like one does to a rash, or an arrow in the face. Ah, but no matter. Heartless mortal that you are, you've actually succeeded and survived. I am forced to honor my end of the bargain. So, congratulations. You're free to go. I have been known to change my mind. So, go. Really. Pelagius Septim the Third, once the mad Emperor of Tamriel, now so boringly sane. I always knew he had it in him. Well, I suppose it's back to the Shivering Isles. A trouble Haskell can get into while I'm gone simply boggles the mind.
Who the fuck is Haskell?
Let's make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Clothes, check. Beard, check. Luggage.
First time in a while that I've
luggage. Now where did I leave my luggage?
But I think that is warranted given the situation.
Master, you've taken me back. Does this mean we're going home? Oh, happy times. I can't wait to...
Yes, yes, that's quite enough celebration. Let's send you ahead, shall we? As for you, a little mortal minion, feel free to keep the Wabbajack as a symbol of my... I'll just take the damn thing. You take care of yourself now. And if you ever find yourself up in New Sheo, do look me up. We can share a strawberry tart. Ha! Ta-ta!
So I have no choice but to keep this artifact of a mad god. No, I will not accept Sheogorath as my patron. Okay, I didn't realize I had a change of clothes. Let's... Okay, screw it. I'm dropping that. Changing that and swapping into my normal clothes. And we'll get bloody hell out of here. Guys.
Life is hard and often short. If you ever get the chance to relax, take it.
Oh, you don't say, Inigo, especially after what I had just been through. Be glad that I left you both here at the house, instead of taking you both with me up to the Blue Palace. Inigo?
I wish my brother could have met you. You would have liked each other.
I bet. Inigo?
What is on your mind?
I need a distraction. How exactly are you doing?
All things considered, I am doing well. How is everything with you?
Not well at all.
I am sorry to hear that. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, I could actually use some cheering up. How about an amusing anecdote?
Let's see. The first time I saw a mammoth, I thought she would make an imposing steed. I clambered up onto her back, but she went crazy and tried to throw me off. I did not blame her and would have dismounted, but my foot got tangled in a clump of her shaggy hair.
Yeah, go on. What happened?
I swung up and down as she ran this way and that in a frenzy. Finally, she smashed me against a tree and everything went black. When I awoke, I found myself in a confusion of branches about 15 feet off the ground. A traveling merchant was staring up at me. "What happened to you?" he asked. "Nothing. I am just doing a little tree climbing," I replied. I was ashamed. "Is that some sort of Khajiit tree climbing boot?" he asked. I glanced down and saw a massive knot of mammoth fur covering one of my feet. "Yes," I said. "It is pretty effective, as you can see." The merchant offered to buy my amazing tree climbing boot. I accepted his offer and went on my way. I often wonder how much he sold it for.
And how much did he pay you for that? Even though, honestly, I would have told him the truth and given him a good laugh.
50 gold pieces. Accepting that money was the price of dignity. I wish I knew what happened to the poor mammoth. I hope her hair grew back.
Yeah. That actually helped a little bit, Inigo. Let's change the subject.
Of course. Remember, I am always here if you want to talk.
Well, how did you get those scars exactly? I've been wondering that since, well, since finding you.
It is quite a story. Are you sitting comfortably?
Yes. Yes, I am.
It happened about a week after the Japan job, and my betrayal.
Were you off the skooma at this point?
Not quite. I was still an addict. After the Dopan deal went sour, I managed to score a little skooma on the road. I used it and sat up all night staring at the stars. I decided I would end my life the next day. I thought it best for everybody if I just went away.
In all honesty, Inigo, I'm glad you're still around.
You are very nice to say such things. I am glad too. I watched the sun come up, then made a noose. My camp was high near the edge of a cliff. I fastened the noose to an overhanging tree branch. I used the last of my skooma, placed the rope around my neck, and jumped off.
How did you survive that?
I will tell you, don't be so impatient. A good story often needs to take its time. I remember falling, the twanging noise as the rope went taut, a brief moment of pain, a snapping noise. I thought it was my neck. Then I was falling again. The cliffs rushed past me. I thought, well, the rope didn't work, but the ground will do the trick. A wide ledge hurried up to meet me. I closed my eyes just before the impact. There was a smashing noise. Then I was underwater.
It's honestly a good thing you're so sturdy, Inigo. I mean, seriously, those muscles.
That had better not have been a fat joke. Me and my trim physique had punched a hole through a thin layer of rock into a cave. I thought, well, the ground didn't kill me, but drowning should end my sorry life. The gods had other plans, though. A current dragged me to the surface, coughing and spluttering. That's when I heard them.
What did you hear?
I heard clucking. I was in a river being swept through a large cavern. It was dark, but I could make out many cages on the bank. Chickens strutted about outside the cages. I could smell magic. I gathered my strength and hauled myself out of the water.
I'm not gonna question his memory on this. I mean, weirder things have happened. Go on.
Inside the cages, people were bound and gagged. Ignoring the chickens, I rushed over and tried to open the first cage I came to. It was locked tight. Suddenly, I felt a pain in my foot. A chicken was pecking at me. I kicked it away, but it came back with reinforcements.
Well, I'm not exactly questioning that. Please, continue.
I was in a flapping, pecking nightmare. I tried to get back in the water, but before I had gone a few steps, I was knocked unconscious.
By a chicken?
No, a chicken pecks. It does not try to sneak up behind you and knock you out. I awoke tied to a chair. There was a foul-smelling man studying me. I could hear the river nearby, but now I was in a crypt of some sort. Chickens and rabbits watched me from behind the smelly man. He said he was going to make me useful. I did not like the sound of that.
Rabbits as well. What did you do?
My options were limited. I had no weapons, but I did have a little time. This fellow liked to talk. I unsheathed my claws and went to work on the ropes that held me to the chair. The man seemed to have a bit to say, so I let him talk. He said he was a powerful wizard and that he had learned how to transform people into animals. Once transformed, he said I would want nothing but to aid him. He said he had a spy network of chickens and rabbits all over Skyrim.
That explains a bit. I mean, chickens and rabbits, common creatures that often get overlooked, unless they're being hunted.
Yes, that is what I thought. I asked why only chickens and rabbits. He replied that once I was a chicken, no one would ever take notice of me again. A bear or a mammoth would be too conspicuous. Smaller animals make the best spies. I told him if he turned me into a chicken, I'd peck his eyes out. He told me that the change was not only physical. I would want to do his bidding, nothing else.
What was he hoping to achieve by this spy network?
He said he was using the information his spy network gathered to cause hate across the land. He fed on hate. It made him stronger.
He can't be an acolyte of the Doomstrider, could he? How did you get away, rather?
I had spied a wooden door in one wall that smelled rotten. As soon as I felt the rope around me give a little, I jumped at the door. It burst open as I hit it, and the chair broke apart. I was free. The wizard screamed in anger and loosed a spell in my direction. I dodged his attack and ran down a long stone tunnel. I heard the smelly wizard begin to laugh. "There is only death that way," he yelled. "Good," I replied. "I've been seeking that all day."
You were in a Draugr crypt, weren't you?
Yes. The smell of bones and dust filled my nose. The wizard did not follow me. I ran for what seemed like forever. Eventually, I came to a vast chamber with a spindly spiral staircase leading up in the center. The floor was littered with dried-out bodies. They had been dead for hundreds of years, but as it turned out, they were still quite feisty. As I made for the staircase, the dead started to groan and move. I jumped over them and began to climb the steps.
That's a stupid question. I'm not gonna ask that. So, continue. I want to hear more about this.
There were too many Draugr to fight, so I concentrated on climbing. Halfway up, I spotted an opening in the ceiling. The air was fresher up there. That is when I uncharacteristically tripped. I tumbled back down the stairs. Soon the dead reached me. They clawed at me. They held me down. Dry, cracked fingers tore my face to ribbons, giving me these scars. I almost gave up. Then something amazing happened.
What did happen?
I realized I wanted to live. I realized that my life was still worth something. I realized that I could be the person my brother knew again. This realization gave me a strength I never knew I had. I fought back, shouting, "No!" again and again. "No, you will not have my life. No, this is not where I die. No!" I struggled to my feet, fighting all the while. I snapped necks, I broke arms, I gouged out eyes. Somehow, I made it back to the staircase.
You were really... Well, no, I can't call that lucky. Wow, Inigo, the gods really must have had a good plan for you.
Yes, it was pretty amazing. If I had not spent all that morning almost dying, I wonder if I'd be here talking to you now. Anyway, I reached the top of the stairs, forced open the hatch above, and stepped out into daylight. I was only a few hundred feet from my camp. I stared at the tree with the snapped rope hanging from it for a long time. I knew I owed much, and swore that I would repay any debt I could. Later, when I realized my friend could still be alive, I decided that if I had to die, it should be by their hand. You know the rest. That is how I got these scars. It is a good tale, yes?
It is a very fantastic tale, Inigo. In fact, I would say that you get that written down into a book.
Yes, it is. Living it made me the man you see before you. Scars and all.
Oh, I think that's it for now. I'm gonna go... I'm heading upstairs, Inigo. I need to... get rid of this headache. But tomorrow, we're continuing our way to Riften, and we will be stopping along the way to pick up those requested artifacts, or at least 2 of them, from what I saw on the map. So, good night, Inigo. Good night, Lydia. Oh, right. Good boy, Miko. You're a good battle dog. And you, Hilda? You're allowed in here. Though, the whole thing with the rabbits. Now I feel like leaving Thistle behind. I don't want to make Inigo any more nervous than he needs to be. Good night. Sleep well. Sweet dreams.